September started with a warning to politicians to conduct themselves better. The challenge came from Roman Catholic priest Father Albert Smith, who expressed concern about the growing trend of personal attacks among politicians and their supporters from the two main political factions. He demanded an end to such behavior. The appeal followed similar calls from the Prime Minister and the Tourism Minister.
The people who bring themselves in front for politics, they say they are Christians, you know. And some of them, they say they are Catholics. True religion demands that you do not tarnish each other's reputation. And it goes for some of you sitting here this morning, because some of you sitting here this morning have nothing good to say about each other here. Some of you have nothing good to say about each other right here in this parish. Some of you have nothing good to say about me, Mamele.
The appeals came as both political parties seemed to be ramping up their political rhetoric and election campaign preparations. The United Workers' Party made it official when it held a rally at the William Peter Boulevard to unveil its slate of candidates for the next general elections. According to UWP's mobilization officer Nancy Charles, 31 individuals had expressed interest in contesting the elections. Only 7 would be formally introduced, and they included 2 first-time contenders. The leader for the National Green Party would also announce in September his decision to step away from active politics. In September, former Director of Corrections Vern God was appointed as Acting Police Commissioner. God was appointed on a 6-month contract. The choice of commissioner seemed to have met with approval from the United Workers' Party, which congratulated God on his appointment. The party was, however, concerned about how he planned to tackle the spike in deadly gun violence. The new acting commissioner answered that question a mere 3 days into his tenure by announcing a crime strategy. The plan would focus on reducing crime through a multi-sectoral approach. God also pledged to investigate the alleged extrajudicial killings during the police offensive Operation Restore Confidence. This after Director of Public Prosecutions Dasrin Green in effect blamed the Royal St. Lucia Police Force for inaction on that matter.
I have discussed this evidence with the Commissioner of Police, and I have provided her with my findings relating to the 3 remaining matters under review.
Former Commissioner Cressida Descartes-Pellius, before leaving office, denied the claim. The Prime Minister and Minister for National Security also confirmed that the Regional Security System, RSS, would investigate allegations of sexual misconduct against a senior police officer. The Prime Minister promised to fully support the anti-crime strategy presented by the Acting Police Commissioner.
I read his 6-month plan, and I hope, as I always said before, I'm not a policeman. I've read it. I've been on him to implement it. I will give him all the support that the country can afford.
With the plan now in the hands of the Prime Minister, the acting police chief laid out his anti-crime prevention strategy to the public. Health Minister Moses Jean-Baptiste, meanwhile, joined a growing number of people calling for crime to be treated as a public health issue. He was also concerned about the added strain gun violence was placing on an already overwhelmed healthcare system.
Anytime you have violent crime or accidents, road accidents and so on, we see the pressures at the hospitals, at the emergency rooms. So we see, for example, doctors, nurses have to leave certain cases that they are caring for, patients that they are caring for, and you need more hands on deck at the emergency room. So certainly it calls for even more resources, greater resources, when we see violent crime, the impacts of violent crime.
The United Workers' Party was equally concerned about the number of young people losing their lives to violence. The party also pleaded with the public to resist the urge to take justice into their own hands. By the time the month ended, the island had recorded its 61st homicide. The victim, a 24-year-old Guatemalan national, Sofia Gabriela Munoz Pocon. She was killed on the compound of a non-profit organization that she worked for. St. Lucia's Julian Alfred continued to do her country proud. She was edged out by American Sha'Carri Richardson in a 100-meter rematch at the Zurich Diamond League early in the month. Alfred copped silver in the couple's sixth race against each other. Days later, the two would have their final matchup of the athletic season, this time at the Diamond League in Brussels. It was Julian Alfred who would emerge victorious, giving St. Lucians an additional reason to celebrate when she returned home. Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre announced September 27, 2024 as Julian Alfred Day, with the day being declared a public holiday in honor of Alfred. There were plans for 5 days of celebration in recognition of Alfred's historic performance at the 2024 Paris Olympics. When she finally arrived on island, the gold and silver Olympic medalist was greeted on the tarmac of the Herenora International Airport by several government officials, led by Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, family and friends, as well as representatives of the local Olympic Committee. Alfred got emotional as she thanked those who supported her throughout her journey to becoming a professional athlete.
And I really just want to say thank you to all of you, even those I haven't mentioned. I just want to say thank you. I've been for such a long time, just being an inspiration to the youth of St. Lucia, wanting to give back and just wanting to, inspire them so we can have many more Leuven Spencers and many more Darren Samis and many more like myself. It didn't come easy. It was truly a rocky road. Many days I wanted to just give up, throw in the towel and just say I'm done. But my village, those persons who are around me, I just want to say thank you for just everything that you have done for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
The welcome ceremony was followed by a motorcade which attracted thousands of St. Lucians who lined the streets from one end of the island to the other to get a glimpse of Alfred. Students gathered in Dennery for one of two school rallies to celebrate Alfred and her athletic achievements. She was also named St. Lucia's Tourism Ambassador at a special ceremony the following day. Tears of joy marked the unveiling of a mural honoring the Olympic medalist at the Cicero RC Combined School, where she reflected on her childhood and paid tribute to her former teachers and mentors. First National Bank, one of Alfred's sponsors, made a significant donation of $27,000 to the Julian Alfred Foundation. Several members of Corporate St. Lucia would follow suit, presenting awards, donations, and gifts to the Olympic track star. Then, at a national celebratory concert, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre announced that the government would be presenting Alfred with $1 million along with other gifts in recognition of her Olympic achievements. These included the renaming of the Millennium Highway, the erection of a monument in her honor, and the presentation of a parcel of land to the Olympic gold medalist.